Someone asked, will premarital sex ruin our future marriage? Were any of you here for last week for church? I kind of anonymously read a quote about the woman who said, me and my significant other, we go to church and we pray and we try to stay accountable, but we keep falling into sexual temptation. We feel guilty, ashamed. What does God think of us? Does he still like us? And this is actually the last sentence in her email. Will our premarital sex ruin our future marriage? Like, will God not bless it? And the answer is probably not, but I'm not positive. I mean, we have to be honest enough to say that the stuff that happens to us sexually before marriage, whether it's pornography, whether it's other relationships, whether it's prostitution, whether it's frequent masturbation, like, Jesus is totally forgiving. That's not going to keep us out of heaven, but will there maybe be a consequence after, like, our wedding day? And the answer is sure. Sure there will be. Like, you don't just step into the marriage bed on the wedding night and all the past is erased. There's still memories of what you've seen, experienced, and done. Now, I think she's asking, will, like, their premarital sex together ruin their future marriage? I don't think it will ruin it. I just think it will stunt its growth. Do you know that sex can be an easy way to not talk about important things? Right? Like, if you've had an argument, you heard of make-up sex before? Like, we've had an argument, but then we just jump into bed, and now the chemicals go off, and we're feeling really good. And what were we arguing about? I'm not sure. It doesn't seem that important right now. I think one of the reasons that God asks couples, even if they will be married, to wait is because not having sex actually forces you to connect in other ways, to communicate well, to deal with issues. And so this couple, I don't think if they one day get married, like, that's going to sabotage them, never be able to have good sex or a good marriage. But I do think their relationship will be weaker because they haven't gone through the good steps of communication that sex may be replaced in the past. So I'd say there's a lot of hope. I mean, come on, most Christian couples, how many of them are virgins until their wedding day? And we have some great marriages, and lots of you have great stories, even though your sexual past wasn't perfect pre-vows. And so there's a lot of hope. Jesus is forgiving. He rebuilds things. But if I'm going to say to a couple who's not married yet, is it a really wise idea for you to wait, hold off, ask for self-control? The answer would be absolutely. Do I have a Bible passage to prove that? No. I'm trying to think now. I gave you an answer, which was my opinion. I'm trying to think of my Bible knowledge to back up what I think. I'm going to think about that a bit. I think just the idea that God's plans are best for us, like, it's not going to be better for our marriage to break some of his commandments. So believing that God has the best plan for our future, kind of those passages would probably fit in there well.